If someone who says they love you treats your very presence like a burden they wish would vanish, you are not imagining it. If the person closest to you watches you suffer, exhausted, in pain, or ill with a chilling sense of satisfaction, you are sensing something real. If you feel calmer when they're gone and more alive in their absence, your nervous system is working to protect you. This is not a simple misunderstanding. This is cruelty wearing the mask of love. And if you are watching this right now, something inside you already recognizes that the danger you feel is not paranoia, it's awareness. Months. I need you to subscribe to this channel right now because what I'm about to share could be the difference between remaining trapped in confusion and finally seeing the truth that sets you free. Let me be clear from the start. When I say a narcissist wants you dead, I am not speaking only of physical violence, though that danger is real and must never be ignored. I am talking about something far more subtle and far more dangerous, something that unfolds in the quiet corners of everyday life. I am talking about psychological and emotional annihilation. So deliberate, so relentless, and so effective that it can strip everything from you without leaving a single visible bruise. Blind a narcissist does not have to lift a hand to destroy you. They can do it through silence, through neglect, through sabotage, through the slow and intentional erosion of your health, your sanity, your desire to keep going. And they do it in ways that protect their image, maintaining plausible deniability, appearing innocent, even casting themselves as the victim while you slowly fall apart in front of them. Bland. The 6 signs I'm about to explain are not exaggerations. They are behavioral patterns that reveal active hostility toward your existence. And once you recognize them, you will never be able to ignore them again. Blammed. The first sign is medical neglect or interference. A narcissist who wants you gone will show deep indifference towards your physical well-being, or worse, they will actively obstruct your ability to receive care. You tell them you're hurting, and they downplay it. You say you need a doctor, and they accuse you of being dramatic. You mention a concerning symptom, and they laugh, mock you, or abruptly change the subject. But it doesn't stop at dismissal. They will schedule events that clash with your appointments. They will forget to refill your prescriptions. They will shame you for spending money on your health. They will insist you're fine, that you're overreacting, that you don't need help. And if you do seek treatment, they will undermine it. They will question your diagnosis, claim the doctor is wrong, discourage you from taking prescribed medication, and create chaos and stress that worsen your condition. And all the while they observe, they watch you weaken, and they feel nothing, or worse, they feel relief, because your vulnerability benefits them. Your illness keeps you dependent. Your suffering keeps you diminished, and if you were to disappear, they would no longer have to deal with you. Planned. Pay attention to their reaction when you are unwell. Someone who truly loves you responds with care. Someone who wants you erased responds with contempt. The second sign is financial strangulation. Money is survival. It represents your ability to eat, to secure shelter, to leave, to live. A narcissist who wants you gone understands this deeply. They will regulate your access to money with calculated precision. They will cut you off from income. They will undermine your career. They will take what you earn and refuse to share responsibility. They will open credit accounts in your name. They will empty joint funds. They will conceal assets. They will force you to plead for essentials while indulging themselves without restraint. And when you object, they will label you selfish. They will say you are ungrateful. They will accuse you of caring too much about money. But this is not about materialism. This is about survival, and they understand that perfectly. What? Financial abuse is one of the most powerful weapons a narcissist uses to keep you trapped and slowly crush your spirit. When you cannot afford to leave, you remain. When therapy is out of reach, you stay confused. When you cannot pay for food, medical treatment, or safety, your body begins to deteriorate. And they observe this decline with quiet satisfaction because your lack becomes their leverage. Your dependence becomes their dominance. If you are living without financial freedom, where every expense is scrutinized or denied, where you are punished for spending or prevented from earning, you are being deliberately dismantled. The third sign is calculated isolation. A narcissist who wants you erased will sever you from every source of support, clarity, and rescue. They do this gradually and strategically, so you don't recognize it until you find yourself entirely alone. It begins with subtle criticism of your friends. They claim your family is unhealthy. They manufacture tension between you and the people who care about you. They plan activities that interfere with your gatherings. They check your phone, they question your conversations, they penalize you for seeking connection outside the relationship. Then, over time, you begin to retreat. You stop reaching out because dealing with the fallout feels exhausting. You cancel plans because the stress is unbearable. You drift away from those who once understood you, the ones who could see the truth and offer help. And that is exactly the point. Isolation increases your vulnerability. It eliminates witnesses. It removes your reality anchors. It blocks your exits. When you are alone with them, they can reconstruct your entire sense of reality. They can persuade you that abuse is affection, that cruelty is concern, that your suffering is your fault. Isolation is never accidental. It is strategic. And if your world has narrowed to just you and them, you are in grave danger. Don't. The fourth sign is the deliberate destruction of your mental health. A narcissist who wants you gone will not simply ignore your emotional pain. They will manufacture it. They will nurture it. They will cultivate it the way someone tends a toxic garden. They will gaslight you until you doubt your own recollection of events. They will provoke you, then accuse you of being unstable when you respond. They will withhold communication until you are desperate for reassurance, then shame you for needing it. They will tell you that you are overly sensitive, overly emotional, fundamentally flawed. And then they will use your trauma reactions as proof that you are the problem. Man, they will sleep peacefully while you lie awake, replaying every conversation, searching for what you did wrong. They will move through their day while you sink into anxiety and depression. And when you tell them you are struggling, they will respond with detachment or annoyance. They will not ask how to support you. They will ask why you are always this way. And slowly, you may begin to believe them. You will start to wonder if you are the toxic one. Maybe you are the disorder. Maybe you are the reason everything feels so heavy and impossible to endure. But here is the truth. Your mental health crisis is not random. It is not accidental. It is the outcome of living in an environment where your reality is repeatedly denied, your emotions are consistently dismissed, and your value is relentlessly attacked. A person who genuinely loves you does not push you to the brink of your sanity and then fault you for being there. A narcissist does. If what you are hearing right now settles in your chest with the weight of recognition, I need you to take one step for yourself. Subscribe to this channel. The knowledge you are gaining here is not entertainment. It is survival guidance. The more you understand the patterns shaping your life, the more power you reclaim from the person who has been draining it from you. So subscribe now, not for me, but for you. The fifth sign is enjoyment of your suffering. This may be the hardest truth to face because it forces you to acknowledge something profoundly unsettling. It requires you to see that the person you trusted, the person you loved, the one you built your life around, is not standing beside you. They are standing against you. A narcissist who wants you gone will not soothe you in your pain. They will not sit with your grief. They will not respond with empathy when you struggle. Instead, they will experience something colder, something distorted. They will feel gratification. So, you will notice it in the faint smirk that appears when you cry. You will detect it in their voice when they recount your mistakes to others. You will sense it in how they seem more animated, more alert, more energized when you are at your lowest point. This contradiction will confuse you because it clashes with everything you have been taught about love. You were taught that love nurtures growth. But a narcissist does not cherish you. A narcissist feeds on you. Your suffering confirms their control. Your tears validate their influence. Your collapse reinforces their sense of superiority. Bland. They do not want your recovery. They do not want your evolution. They do not want your strength. They want you weakened, worn down, and reliant. And if you were to disappear entirely, they would grieve the loss of what you provided, not the loss of who you are. Watch their expression, watch their eyes, observe their reaction when you are in pain. Someone who loves you aches with you. Someone who wants you gone seems to come alive. Bland. The sixth sign is passive, deadly negligence. This is the most concealed and the most perilous indicator of all. A narcissist who wants you erased will engineer circumstances where harm becomes increasingly possible while preserving complete deniability. They may not shove you from a cliff, but they will guide you to the edge and quietly release their grip. They will leave doors unsecured in unsafe areas. They will brush off safety concerns you express. They will urge you to drive when you are exhausted or unwell. They will serve you food you are allergic to and later claim it was a mistake. They may withhold medication or interfere with proper dosages. They will insist you are fine when you are clearly in crisis. They will hesitate or outright fail to call for emergency help when you desperately need it. They will place you in circumstances where your safety is compromised and then conveniently be absent when help is needed. And when something does happen, when you are injured, when you fall ill, when you come frighteningly close to death, they will act stunned. They will insist they had no idea. They will perform the role of the worried partner, but deep inside, you will recognize the truth. Their negligence was not ignorance, it was intent. Because a repeated pattern is never random. A pattern is a decision made again and again. Bland. If you have seen this person repeatedly fail to safeguard you, repeatedly overlook obvious danger, repeatedly refuse to step in when you are at risk, you are not imagining things. You are perceiving clearly. And that awareness is where survival begins. I understand how heavy this realization is. I know how destabilizing it feels to consider that someone you loved may have quietly wished for your disappearance, your erasure, your end. But I also know this: you are stronger than you were ever allowed to believe. The fact that you are still here, still breathing, still searching for clarity means that some part of you has been fighting for your life all along. That part of you deserves respect. That part deserves to be heard. That part deserves to be trusted. So let me say this plainly. You are not inventing this. You are not being dramatic. You are not overreacting. If your body signals that you are unsafe, your body is telling the truth. If your instincts warn you that this person does not truly care about your well-being, your instincts are correct. And if something deep within you is urging you to leave, that voice is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is your survival instinct. It is your will to live. And it is more powerful than any deception the narcissist has fed you. Man, the reality is this: narcissists do not have to commit physical murder to ruin a life. They dismantle it gradually. They do it quietly. They do it through countless small wounds that no one else notices. And by the time you grasp what has been happening, you may feel so exhausted, so disoriented, so emptied that you barely recognize who you are anymore. But here is what they underestimated. They underestimated your resilience. They underestimated your ability to awaken. They underestimated your strength to cut through the confusion and name the harm for what it is. And now that you can see it, now that you understand, you stand at a crossroads. Oh. You can remain and allow yourself to keep fading. Or you can begin reclaiming your life, your health, your clarity, and your future. It will not be simple. It will not happen overnight. But it will be worth it because you are worth it. And the life you were meant to live, the one that existed before this person entered your world, is still waiting for you. Bland. Before we close today, I need you to take one final step. Subscribe to this channel if you have not already. This is not just content. It is a community of people who understand your experience. It is a place where your reality is affirmed, where your pain is acknowledged, where your survival is honored. Do not return to isolation. Do not return to doubting yourself. Stay connected, stay educated, stay strong. Press that subscribe button now. Take your next breath, then take your next step. Your story is not finished. In many ways, it is only just beginning. And the narcissist who believed you would disappear is about to die. Realize that you are far more powerful than they ever imagined,